and brotherhood.
Sorry. First of all, I will like to ask you, you want me to hear in English or in Urdu? Which one you prefer? Because everybody should be able to understand everything. Hello?
A mix would be better, sir, I think. Yeah. Both in English and Hindi.
Okay. So I start because I was thinking just now about a famous joke. It is not joke, it is reality. One famous leader of Pakistan, now Pakistan, before partition, it happened that there was a program organized by women in Aligarh Muslim University. So वो वहां पर पहुंचे तो वो कैनेडी हॉल के अंदर उन्होंने देखा कि कुछ लेडीज जो हैं वो बुर्के में बैठी हैं, सामने बैठी हैं, कुछ लेडीज जो हैं बगैर बुर्के के सामने बैठी हैं और कुछ एक पर्दे के पीछे बैठी हैं। तो उन्होंने उनको एड्रेस करते हुए कहा कि विजिबल, सेमी विजिबल एंड इनविजिबल। यहाँ थ्रू ये जो नया सिस्टम हुआ है इसमें मोस्टली पीपल आर इनविजिबल, सो इनविजिबल ऑडियंस। So this is a very important topic which you have brought out, and I would like to start with a verse from Quran. Yujadiluna fi qawmi Lutin inna Ibrahima la halimun hawwahum mubin. So this is a very important verse in which Allah is describing about Hazrat Ibrahim, when the angels came to meet him and they gave him a good news about a son. Then he started arguing with Allah regarding the community of Lut. And then Allah says that Ibrahim was a very affectionate, very kind person and a very inquisitive one. Ibrahim बहुत हलीम थे और मुनीब थे। मुनीब की एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग ये है कि जो सवालात करते थे बाप। और द वर्ड which is used is युजादिलूना, कि जदल कर रहे थे। he was quarreling, almost quarreling, झगड़ा कर रहे थे। What was that झगड़ा? Because we do not find its details in Islamic literature, but because I have studied Bible also, I happen to find its detail in Old Testament, in Taurat. तौरात में ये कहा गया कि जब हजरत इब्राहिम को मालूम होता है कि हजरत लूत की कौम के ऊपर अजाब नाजिल होने वाला है, तो वो अल्लाह से झगड़ना शुरू करते हैं और अल्लाह से ये कहते हैं कि या अल्लाह, वहां पर उस पूरी कौम में अगर 50 आदमी, अगर 50 लोग अच्छे हुए तो क्या तू बुरों को और अच्छों को मिलाकर सबको तबाह कर देगा, सबको अजाब में मुब्तला कर देगा? अल्लाह ने कहा कि नहीं, अगर 50 हुए तो मैं नहीं करूंगा। हजरत इब्राहिम ने कहा कि अगर 45 हुए तो? अल्लाह ने कहा 45 पर भी नहीं करूंगा। फिर अल्लाह ने फिर हजरत इब्राहिम ने पूछा कि या अल्लाह, तू कहेगा कि मैं मामूली एक बंदा, लेकिन तुझसे एक बहस कर रहा हूं, आई वाज आर्ग्यूइंग, बट दिस इज समथिंग वेरी troubling for me, कि how good and bad people can be punished together. How good people can be punished for the sake of the bad people. So अगर 40 हुए, अल्लाह ने कहा 40 पर भी नहीं करूंगा। हजरत इब्राहिम ने कहा कि अगर 30 हुए तो क्या होगा? तो तब सबको अजाब में मुब्तला कर देगा। अल्लाह ने कहा कि नहीं, 30 पर भी नहीं करूंगा। अल्लाह ने फिर हजरत इब्राहिम ने कहा कि अगर 20 हुए, अल्लाह ने कहा 20 पर भी नहीं करूंगा। फिर कहा कि अगर मैं लास्ट टाइम, अल्लाह मैं तुझसे पूछ रहा हूं, तू कहेगा मैं तुझसे बहुत बहस करता हूं, आई एम आर्ग्यूइंग अ लॉट विद यू, बट आई वांट टू आस्क यू फॉर द लास्ट टाइम, इफ जस्ट देयर आर जस्ट 10 पीपल, then you will destroy the whole locality. Allah said even if there are 10 people, I will not destroy. Then Hazrat Ibrahim got silent, and next day the whole locality of Sodom and Gomorrah, these were the these were twin cities, they were all destroyed with stoning from the sky. So this gives us certain lessons. This tells us that when these perversions, they tend to spread very fast. कि पूरी की पूरी locality, somehow this was not known before that qawm, this particular perversion, but at that particular time the whole locality became, almost whole locality became involved in that practice, in that perversion. So perversions tend to spread fast. They tend to take everybody by grip very soon. उससे एक चीज ये भी पता चलती है कि because the whole locality was destroyed, including the wife of Hazrat Lut, so it was not just male to male. It appears that it was female to female also. And this problem was so big that Allah thought of destroying the whole locality through stone throwing from the sky. उनको रजम, जिसे हम सुना होगा कि आपने जब इस्लाम में एक punishment, one of the punishments given for the adultery is रजम, stone मार कर हलाक कर देना. तो वो उनको अल्लाह ने stone मार कर आसमान से रजम कर दिया गया उनको. और इसके बाद में एक और बड़ा coincidence है, because I have worked a lot on sex transmitted diseases including AIDS. I authored a book in 1995, Islamic Model for Control of AIDS. And I was the first in the world who had argued that circumcision should be a permanent part of the AIDS control program, because it would help control AIDS, HIV AIDS. And it was 7 years later that World Health Organization accepted it. So ये भी बड़ा coincidence है कि ऐन उसी वक्त तकरीबन when Hazrat Ibrahim himself was almost 99 years old and his son Ismail was around 10 years old, they were both circumcised. That started the practice of circumcision. तो ये अब सवाल ये पैदा होता है कि जैसा अभी जो इंट्रोड्यूस कराते हुए कहा गया कि these all perversions are spreading rapidly in the whole world, but why it is rapidly happening everywhere? तो उसके पीछे वो वजह वही है कि जब अल्लाह के कानून को नहीं मानते तो दुनिया में फसाद फैलता है. कुरान में अल्लाह ताला फरमा रहा है कि अल्लज़ी खलक़ सबअ समावातिन तिबाक़ा मा तरा फ़ी ख़ल्क़ि रहमानि मिन तफ़ावुत फ़रजिल बसर हल तरा मिन फ़ुतूर सुमरजिल बसरा कररतैन यनक़लिबु इलैकल बसरु ख़ासियम व हसीर. अल्लाह कह रहा है कि आसमान की तरफ अल्लाह वो है कि जिसने 7 आसमान ऊपर नीचे तबक तर तबक. I translate this in English as cosmic tiers because this is a tier system. उनको ऊपर नीचे उनको करके पैदा किया अल्लाह ने. और फिर अल्लाह कह रहा है कि क्या तुमको इस in this creation of the kind Lord do you find any fault, कोई कमी नजर आती है? फिर अल्लाह कह रहा है कि तो एक मर्तबा और देख लो, गौर से देख लो इस पूरे कायनात को, पूरे यूनिवर्स को, क्या तुम्हें कोई फतूर, कोई खलल नजर आता है? Then Allah is again challenging human being. See it again. Sumarjil basara. Then again move your vision towards the sky and use whatever instruments you have. But आपकी नजर जलील और दरमांदा होकर वापस आ जाएगी. You will not find any. And this is a beautiful universe. And this universe, according to the modern scientists, it is there for around 15 billion years. And despite the fact that 15 billion years have passed, and despite the fact that the universe has around 10 raised to the power 12 galaxies, and 10 raised to the power 24 star systems, despite it being so huge and so populous, there is harmony everywhere. It is continuing. And it is continuing just because every single particle of the universe is following the laws of physics created by God. अल्लाह ने जो कानून बनाए वो उन कानून किया वो पूरी तरीके से प्रिसाइज. अगर इतना सा पूरा एक जरा सा भी अगर फॉर एग्जांपल कैपिटल जी के वैल्यू के अंदर ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट की वैल्यू में if even it is slightly changes, even by 5% it changes, the whole world will cease to exist. The whole world will get destroyed. If the speed of the sun, if the speed of the different planets changes a little bit, there will be a huge disturbance. So all these particles from atoms, from electrons, from quarks two big satellite, big planets and galaxies and clusters and superclusters, all are following the laws of God in exact precision. And this is why the world is moving, the universe is working so efficiently. On earth, Allah created human being and gave him free will. Sun has no free will. Moon has no free will. Atoms have no free will. They have no option but to follow the law of God. On the earth, because Allah wanted something really conscious, who consciously would follow Allah's principles, Allah's laws. That Allah created human beings and gave it freedom, free will, and guided it through thousands and thousands of prophets, and asked it, if you told it, if you follow the laws of God, through which have come to you through prophets and through the scriptures of Allah, then there will be the same kind of harmony on the earth also as exists in the universe. And if you do not follow, then there will be different kinds of scourges, so many problems will arise. And mankind in general, except very few, and the laws of Allah has, तो उसका नतीजा क्या हुआ कि अब देखिए कि चारों तरफ फसाद है, तूफान बरपा हैं, हर तरफ कत्ल गारत गिरी है, बीमारियां हैं, लोग कत्ल कर रहे हैं, रेप्स हो रहे हैं, एक दूसरे के हुकूक मारे जा रहे हैं. And this is because खास तौर पर इसमें जो इसका एक रीजन है, why this system, इसमें जो पिछले 300-400 years के अंदर जिस आइडियोलॉजी ने जो मैक्सिमम रोल प्ले किया है, which I called economic fundamentalism. I authored The Devil of Economic Fundamentalism around 1998, and I used this term for the first time. And since then, most of my books have some central theme related to that concept. इंडस्ट्रियल रिवॉल्यूशन जब यूरोप के अंदर आया, तो उसके बाद में उससे पहले का जो बिजनेसमैन था, वो अपना दुकानदार होता था, वो छोटा मोटा काम करता था, जो भी whoever is in the power, he used to fold hands before him, और वो अपना काम करके जो थोड़ी बहुत वो बेईमानी कर सकता था, अपने लेवल पर कर सकता था, but he had no control over the whole system. Now because industrialization required big money, big people involvement, तो उन लोगों ने एक वो जो बिजनेसमैन की कम्युनिटी है, दे स्टार्टेड ऑर्गेनाइजिंग देमसेल्व्स, और ऑर्गेनाइज करने के बाद में उन्होंने एक बड़ा लंबा प्लान बनाया, जिसमें दे क्रिएटेड अ पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम, जिसमें इलेक्शन होगा, कहने को पब्लिक विल चूज, बट अल्टीमेटली दीज मार्केट फोर्सेस दे चूज एवरीथिंग, और पब्लिक को तो सिर्फ बता दिया जाता है कि you have these 3 candidates, 4 candidates, you have to choose between them, and the public out of compulsion उनमें उस वक्त जो कोई relatively lesser evil को वोट दे देती है. तो पूरा का पूरा political system which we call democracy has in fact become corporatocracy. It is a government of not of the people and for the people and by the people, but government of the corporate, run by the agents of the corporate and for the corporate. अब वो चुके because they planned everything through commercial angle. उनको तो everything के अंदर they were not concerned about what is good and bad. They were concerned about what can produce money and what cannot produce money. And from here started the concept of so-called freedom of choice. Around 10-12 years back, I was giving a lecture in Bangalore in church, in that Whitefield church. There was a very big international program organized by International Council of Churches, Geneva. And I was one of the few invited from India. So in that talk, because I was talking about the theory of economic fundamentalism, and I talked about this concept of freedom of choice, and told that it is the most dangerous concept created by the economic fundamentalists for the world. So a certain girl stood up from the crowd. She was from Geneva. She was a Christian. तो वो कहने लगी कि सर आप जो कह रहे हैं, हमें भी what we see in Geneva and European countries, there is a party going on in the night, we are having a dinner, and then suddenly on the stage a woman appears with big music and she starts throwing her clothes, and within no time she's almost naked. We as a Christian, we feel it very bad, but this is her choice. What we can do? This is her choice. Then I asked her a counter question कि देखिए, चॉइस कोई बुरी चीज नहीं है, फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस होना चाहिए, लेकिन which choices? I give you an example. For example, we are together in having breakfast with the family members, 5-10 people. I can understand that on the dining table there is tea, there is coffee, there is orange juice, there is mango juice, there is milk, there are several kinds of good other beverages, but I can't understand कि उसी के बीच में थोड़ा सा चरस भी हो, थोड़ा सा गांजा भी हो, थोड़ा सा अफीम भी हो, and you have given choice to the family members, whatever you like to have. Do you call this freedom of choice? Freedom of choice can be only of good, freedom of good choices. Freedom of bad choices is absolutely dangerous, is a dangerous concept. But all these market forces, they use freedom of choice to commercialize human weaknesses for their own aims, human susceptibilities. They did not only commercialize human needs and human strengths, but also human susceptibilities. And because human commercialization of human susceptibilities brought too much of money, तो इसलिए उन्होंने इस चीज को आगे बढ़ाया. और चूंकि उसके रास्ते में सबसे बड़ी रुकावट रिलीजन था, बिलीफ इन गॉड था, इसलिए उन्होंने दे टॉक्ड ऑफ मार्जिनलाइजिंग रिलीजन एंड क्रिएटेड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सेक्युलरिज्म. सेक्युलरिज्म ऐसा देखने में सब नारे बड़े खूबसूरत लगते हैं, डेमोक्रेसी है, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ द पीपल है, दिस सेक्युलरिज्म है साहब, ठीक है, सब रिलीजन बराबर है किसी को, बट अल्टीमेटली द अल्टीरियर मोटिव वाज समथिंग एल्स. इट वाज जस्ट टू commercialize everything, and in due process they converted human beings into commercial beings. और पूरा का पूरा जो so called emancipation of women or freedom of women or feminism का मूवमेंट चला, उसके पीछे भी ultimate reason यही था कि they knew that the biggest जो human weakness है, that is the attraction between male and female. उनको उसको कैसे यूटिलाइज किया जाए, उसको यूटिलाइज करने के लिए इट वाज नेसेसरी कि वीमेन शुड बी रिमूव्ड फ्रॉम द नेचुरल ड्यूटीज दे परफॉर्म. उसको कम से कम कर दिया जाए, चूंकि थोड़ा सा तो करना ही पड़ेगा, बिकॉज अदरवाइज द पॉपुलेशन विल स्टॉप, बट थोड़ा उसको मिनिमाइज कर दिया जाए और बाकी उनको मार्केट के अंदर उनको इस्तेमाल किया जाए फॉर डिफरेंट पर्पसेस. तो वो सारा का सारा पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट हुआ. और उसके बाद में उन्होंने एक के बाद एक चीजों को परवान चढ़ाना शुरू किया. First of all, in the whole world there was a practice that women used to wear modest clothes, but certainly उसके बाद में आहिस्ता आहिस्ता वो modesty चली गई, फिर वो nakedness बढ़ती गई. Ultimately it resulted into cabaret dances and nude shows, and I think the pornography आ गई. Then वही हुआ कि marriage is unnecessary, मैरिज की क्या जरूरत है, देन वो promiscuity शुरू हो गई, और वो सब everything would become a big business, prostitution became a big business, and then in last around 100 years they realized कि even homosexuality can become a big business. So उसके लिए उन्होंने रास्ते खोलना शुरू कर दिए. और वो जो ये पूरा का पूरा जो उनका प्रोसेस है जिसके जरिए ये वीकनेसेस को कमर्शलाइज करते हैं, उसका मैंने उसका वो तैयार किया है कि उसका एक प्रॉपर मेथड होता है. द फर्स्ट थिंग दे डू इज नॉर्मलाइजेशन. वो ये कहना शुरू करते हैं कि साहब ये देखिए, ये तो साहब ये कोई होमोसेक्सुअलिटी इज नॉट ए न्यू थिंग, ये तो पुराने जमाने से चली आ रही है. हर कम्युनिटी के अंदर, हर जगह पर, एवरीवेयर देयर मे बी फ्यू पर्संस, 8 to 10% तो हर जगह पीपल आर देयर हु हैव दिस टेंडेंसीज. तो इसको ये कोई नई बात नहीं है. तो वो और उसके फेवर में वो डिफरेंट कैंपेन हल्का हल्का चलना शुरू होगा. तो पीपल विल स्टार्ट फीलिंग कि नो, इट इज नॉट समथिंग अननेचुरल और एबनॉर्मल, इट इज समथिंग नॉर्मल. तो वो जब वो नॉर्मलाइजेशन अचीव होता है, देन वो नेक्स्ट स्टेज की तरफ उसको बढ़ते हैं, विच इज इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइजेशन. फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट्स आर बीइंग मेड एट द इंडिविजुअल लेवल, छोटे छोटे लेवल पर हो रहा है. नाउ वो इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज हो जाता है, देन बिग एनजीओज स्टार्ट प्रोपेगेटिंग, बड़े बड़े सेमिनार्स, बुक्स लिखी जानी शुरू होती हैं, एवरीथिंग शुरू होती है. तो वो नॉर्मलाइजेशन का के बाद में ये इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइजेशन का प्रोसेस शुरू होता है कि दैट बिकम्स इटसेल्फ बिकम्स, दैट वीकनेस इटसेल्फ बिकम्स एन इंस्टीट्यूशन. और उसके फेवर में इवन एकेडमिशियंस आर पुट टुगेदर, उनको भी खरीद लिया जाता है या उनको पूरी तरह रिकंडीशनिंग कर दी जाती है उनकी ह्यूमन ब्रेन की, और वो उसके अंदर वो उनको इन्वॉल्व कर लिया जाता है. देन व्हाट हैपेंस, जब वो इंस्टीट्यूशनलाइज हो जाता है, देन वो दे स्टार्ट कैंपेनिंग फॉर द लीगलाइजेशन. देन वो लीगलाइजेशन के एस्पेक्ट के लिए फिर वो बड़े बड़े साहब, वो फिर तो जुलूस भी निकलते हैं और प्रोसेशंस भी होते हैं और कोर्ट में केसेस भी डाले जाते हैं टू लीगलाइज. एक पूरा माहौल पॉलिटिकल इन्वॉल्वमेंट को शुरू किया जाता है, एंड देन इट इज लीगलाइज्ड. बिफोर लीगलाइजेशन दीज थिंग्स आर गोइंग साइलेंटली, उससे पहले भी चल रहा है, लेकिन वो चुपके हो रहा है, जो लोग इन्वॉल्व हैं, दिस इज नथिंग वेरी बिग लेवल. बट एज सुन एज इट बिकम्स लीगलाइज्ड, then wo big market forces, they jump into the wagon and they started commercializing and globalizing in a big way. अब देख, आपने 2 साल पहले आर्टिकल 377 इंडिया में उसके ऊपर जो हुआ वो आपको सबको आपकी, बिकॉज इट हैपेंड बिफोर यू पीपल, सो you must have all realized it. Unfortunately, I happen to be only one of very few people who was writing hugely against it. I am not very happy with the way the Muslim organization, Islamic organizations worked. They did not start a full-fledged campaign against it. तो वो लीगलाइज हो गया. अब नाउ देयर आर न्यूज आ रही है कि साहब गे रिजॉर्ट्स भी खुल रहे हैं, गे क्लब्स भी खुल रहे हैं, गे मूवीज भी बनाने की तैयारी हो रही है. तो इट हैज स्टार्टेड बिकमिंग अ बिग बिजनेस नाउ इन इंडिया आल्सो. इट इज ऑलरेडी अ बिग बिजनेस इन अमेरिका एंड कनाडा एंड यूरोप. एंड यही नहीं है, अब तो फिर वो गे मैरिजेस का शुरू हुआ है. अभी दिल्ली के हाई कोर्ट में उसके ऊपर gay marriage के लिए somebody has applied कि within Hindu life should be permitted. So वो चीजें सारी शुरू हो गई हैं. तो एंड अल्टीमेटली वो जब वो गे मैरिजेस हो जाएंगी तो मैरिज ब्यूरोज भी, गे मैरिज ब्यूरोज स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे ओपनिंग, एंड देन गे मैरिज ब्यूरोज होंगे तो गे डिवोर्स मैरिज भी ब्यूरोज भी शुरू हो जाएंगे. सो लीगल एक्सपर्ट्स विल अर्न ह्यूजली आउट ऑफ इट. सो इट वुड बिकम अ वेरी बिग मार्केट. अफसोस ये है कि the media has become so much commercialized now, and we do not have an independent media. We do not have a strong Islamic media at our hands. Which we can even, so-called Islamic media is busy only in promoting pure theological issues or issues concerned with Muslims. They are not concerned with these larger problems. These are in fact the biggest problems of the world. इस्लाम ने जिन चीजों को हराम करार दिया, शराब को, ड्रग्स को, जुआ को, and then all these sexual practices, prostitution, promiscuity and homosexuality, they are the biggest killers of humanity. They kill much more than what terrorism and what these wars and civil wars kill. जिन चीजों को इस्लाम ने हराम करार दिया है, जो चीजें मैंने बताई हैं, इनकी वजह से एवरी ईयर वर्ल्ड में 7 करोड़ डेथ्स होती हैं. 7 करोड़ डेथ्स. कैन यू इमेजिन? कहीं टेररिज्म के नाम पर 5 मर जाते हैं, 10 मर जाते हैं, तो एक पूरा वर्ल्ड मीडिया एक पागल हो जाता है. But there is nothing, no hue and cry, no discussion and debate on media. There is no discussion in UNOs and national assemblies on these issues. Alcohol kills around 35 lakhs through various diseases caused by alcohol. It kills around 1 crore more indirectly through involvement in sex transmitted diseases like HIV, through involvement in accidents, through involvement in murders and etc. But no, now you are hearing these days there is a very big news about drugs going on. You open any channel and there is news about drug. This again is ultimately, this is my fear, This may ultimately prove to be a part of that normalization process which I was talking about. And only yesterday I was seeing on a channel that they were advocating that now, because this is such a common practice, drugs should be legalized. So ये हो रहा है. अब coming particularly to sexual perversions and particularly to the homosexuality, out of all sexual mispractices and these are practices, this is the most dangerous from every point of view. First, see this. For example, पूरी दुनिया में जो 600-700 करोड़ लोग हैं, हर आदमी शराबी हो जाए. Everybody has become a drunkard. तो क्या होगा कि ठीक है, अभी शराब से 1 करोड़ लोग मर रहे हैं, 3-4 करोड़ लोग मरने शुरू हो जाएंगे. कोई अल्टीमेटली वी कैन नॉट इमेजिन कि अगले 50-100 साल के अंदर दुनिया खत्म हो जाएगी. अगर promiscuous हो गया, promiscuous means relations, multiple relations between males and females, even then, और HIV ज्यादा फैल गया, even then, ठीक है, 5-7 करोड़ लोग हर साल मैक्सिमम अगर डिसीजेस स्प्रेड लाइक एनीथिंग, 1 करोड़ 2 करोड़ लोग ज्यादा और मर जाएंगे. Again, there is no threat to human existence as such in next 50-60 years. But imagine if everybody of the world becomes a homosexual, then what will happen? Within 70 to 80 years, there will be no human being left on the earth. Because there will be no reproduction at all. And even not even 100%, even if 60-70% become so, then the problems will become so huge that the survival of humankind will become impossible. In America, there is a city, New Hollywood, and in that city already 47% figures. These are the figures which I have around 2 years back. Maybe it might have increased now. 47% of the whole population is gay population. And medically speaking, this is even if we exclude that part by very large scale homosexuality is not there. Even if during last 25 years, the first case of HIV/AIDS was detected in 1982, and it was a homosexual. And within 10-15 years, it started becoming a big problem for the world. In last 30 years, already almost 4 crore log, 38 million people to be around, which figures I had seen around 6 months back, or maybe around up to 4 crore शायद हो गए होंगे. 4 crore deaths already HIV पॉजिटिव की वजह से हो चुकी हैं. और HIV का जो मैक्सिमम जिन लोगों को HIV होने के चांसेस रहते हैं, उनमें टॉप पर होमोसेक्सुअल्स हैं, नंबर 2 पर प्रोस्टिट्यूट्स हैं, नंबर 3 पर अदर promiscuous males and females. And it has been calculated, even when the case was going on in Indian Supreme Court, even in Indian Supreme Court mentioned it, despite the fact that it decriminalized homosexuality, but it mentioned it in the judgment that in India it has been seen that homosexuals are 8 times more likely to get HIV/AIDS than the normal persons. Or there are figures, कुछ जगहों पर there are very different types of figures, लेकिन कई जगहों पर तो 50 times or 100 times के figure हैं. Because these structures which are used for this perversion, they are not made for that purpose. If we start eating from anus, what will happen? Every organ is made for a certain purpose. It has certain anatomy and physiology for that purpose. If against the requirements of that anatomy and physiology we start using that organ, that it will create huge problem. And this is why this problem is happening. और ये प्रॉब्लम जो है, अब Okay, because it is almost one country after the other is legalizing it. Now gay marriages are becoming common in almost every European country has already allowed it. And within 1 or 2 years, you will see it happening in India also. Because one big community, the majority community, they think whatever there is in the modern Western culture, it was already existing in their culture like year back. There was huge nudity in their tradition. There is homosexual tradition. Sex was very common thing in their traditions. They try to present their religion as a modern religion in these terms. I argue, and we as Muslims, we have to be very vocal about it, very aggressive about it. We have to say in plain terms what I have been saying for the last 15, 20 years. If any community, any country, any civilization, any ideology accepts practices like drinking, like drugs, like homosexuality, like promiscuity and prostitution, it has no claim to call itself organized and advanced. And there cannot be anything more barbaric than this. This is absolute barbarism, much more barbaric than what was around 2,000 years back and 3,000 years back, what was happening in the forests of Africa and South America and America. So this is highly dangerous practice. और उसके लिए वो बट बिकॉज वो जब वो मार्केट फोर्सेस काम करती हैं तो दे क्रिएट द लॉजिक्स, उसके लिए वो अलग तरह के आर्गुमेंट करते हैं. फर्स्ट आर्गुमेंट कि दिस इज अ बॉर्न डिसीज. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई आस्क देम कि if there is no reproduction at all in homosexuality, then how can the genes transfer to the to the next population? So there is no question of genetic transmission if it is pure homosexuality. Second, even if I assume 1%, though most of the scientists today, world biologists all believe that it is very little to do chances that it can be a genetic problem. But even if we assume that 1% or 2%, it can be a genetic problem, then again, there are so many genetic disorders we come across in our daily practice. As a physician, I'm talking now. There are so many heart disorders, there are so many other things. But when there is a genetic disorder, there is a genetic disease, it is called a disease because it is not normal. When there is a genetic abnormality, we try to treat it. We do not accept it. If there is a hole in the heart in a newborn child, then he will not be left alone. It will be treated. His horn, उसकी अगर सर्जरी की जरूरत होगी, सर्जरी की जाएगी और जो ट्रीटमेंट है वो किया जाएगा, उसको छोड़ा नहीं जाएगा. Even if we assume that homosexuality may be a genetic problem, then we have to treat it. We have not to accept it. There is no point in accepting it. Even if it is assumed that it can. First of all, it is not natural at all. It has nothing to do with natural. It has nothing to do with genetics. लेकिन अगर मान भी लिया जाए, फिर भी हमको उसको ट्रीट करना है. फिर वही आर्गुमेंट मैंने आपको पहले बता ही दिया कि फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस कैन नॉट बी अ फ्रीडम ऑफ बैड चॉइसेस. It has to be good choices. A choice, a practice, a substance that kills people, that makes people diseased, that leads to violence, that leads to rapes. How can it be allowed in the name of freedom of choice? Freedom of choices is very good concept unless it is limited to freedom of good choices. As I said, I can have so many foods are available to me. So I can have whatever I like. कितनी ही मार्केट के अंदर कितनी तरह के फ्रूट ड्रिंक्स हैं और अच्छे बेवरेजेस हैं, we can have it. बट अगर आप उसको अल्कोहल और ड्रग्स को भी उसी का पार्ट कहते समझने लगे फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस का, तो it is nonsense. This has nothing to do with science. Unfortunately, as I often say, if somebody thinks that this is a world ruled by sciences, it is absolutely wrong. And of course, it is not a world ruled by religion and ethics. It is a world ruled by economics, ruled by market forces, and market forces have even medical. I myself am a medical man, but I have no hesitation in saying this, and I have argued it in my last book, which was released last year only, Economics First or Health First question mark, that the whole medical industry has become a big industry. What they are doing is, for them, if problems is also an industry and solution is also an industry. If there is no illness in the public, then doctors will be sitting idle in the clinics. So they are not interested in the people, in the diseases not appearing. They want the diseases to appear, and then they treat it. So this is the overall the world model. Okay, let the problems emerge, and once they emerge, then let the solution also there. Drugs is a big industry, and drugs rehabilitation centers are also a big industry. Sex is a big industry, and HIV big centers, control centers is also a big industry. Abortion is a big industry. Abortion has become huge industry. And now see ये मजाक देखिए आप, इस दुनिया में क्या हो रहा है. आप एक एज से पहले आपको शादी करना अलाउड नहीं है इन यूरोपियन कंट्रीज, इवन इन इंडिया, ऑलमोस्ट एवरीवेयर. बट अगर कॉन्सेंट से है, अगर उससे पहले मिल रहे हैं, दे आर हैविंग सेक्स, देन देयर इज कोई लॉ नहीं है उसके खिलाफ. अगर एक से ज्यादा आपने शादी कर ली, सेकंड मैरिज कर ली, देन यू आर बिहाइंड द बार्स इन मोस्ट ऑफ द कंट्रीज. इट इज नॉट अलाउड. But if you have multiple relations, even hundreds of women, and every woman having relations with hundreds of men, then there is absolutely no law unless there is no use of force. तो उसके खिलाफ कोई law नहीं है. So what this nonsense, this so-called new world order is utter nonsense, totally unscientific, totally barbaric system. But unfortunately, it is for our Muslims. Okay, we tend to think Islam only for Muslims. We tend to think Islam only in terms of a few things. Islam is meant for the whole world. Islam is meant for the whole universe. It is not just a way of life. It is a system, internal system as well as external system. As individuals, we have to be good. As families, we have to be good. As society, we have to be good. But the systems which are controlling us, they also have to follow the Islamic rules, whether it is legal system, whether it is health system, whether it is policing system, whether it is courts, whatever systems are there, they have to follow the laws of God. And this is the beauty of Islam. While all the other constitutions in the world, they are two-dimensional. They talk too much about fundamental rights and somewhat about fundamental duties. In no constitution of the world, there is a concept like fundamental prohibitions. But Islamic constitution is three-dimensional. It has three equally important dimensions: fundamental rights, fundamental duties, and fundamental prohibitions. If we exclude any one of them, there will be problems in society. So all these three, आपको क्या करने का हक है, आपका क्या करना फर्ज है, और आपको क्या करने की मनाही है. तीनों चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है. आप एक चीज को भी हटाएंगे तो प्रॉब्लम पैदा हो जाएगी. तो I think how much time? I think it is already 43 minutes. I am speaking. I was told that 40 minutes होगी. So because if I continue talking, then it will take another 1 hour. बहुत सारे topics हैं. तो I will like to finish it here with the note that we have to get awakened. We have to get awakened this against this onslaught of big perversions all over the world, which is going on, and which is ultimately, we do not fight it. It may engulf, and it is already engulfing our community also, though in a little smaller way than the others, but it is already engulfing. People in our community are also drinking. They are also getting addicted. They are also engaged in many perversions. But अगर ये बहुत आम होता चला गया तो कब तक बच पाएंगे. मैं यही दुआ करता हूँ कि अल्लाह ताला हमको सबको अक्ल दे, हम सबको समझने की तौफीक अता करे, और हमको हिम्मत और इस्तात दे कि हम इसके खिलाफ खड़े हो सकें, हमारे अंदर इत्तेहाद पैदा हो, हम सही इस्लाम के सही लार्जर एम्स, शॉर्टर एम्स ही नहीं, स्मॉलर एम्स ही नहीं, बट लार्जर एम्स, उसका जो इस्लाम का जो होलिस्टिक सिस्टम है उसको हम समझें, और उसको करने के लिए there should be distribution of work, that is another thing, but on every front we have to work. wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Jazakallah khair, sir, for such an informative and awakening talk. Now we will be having question and answer session. Sisters, you all are requested to either type your question in chat box or you can unmute yourself and ask.
I have a question. My question is, what does Islam say specifically about transgenders, and what is the solution to this issue?
See, there are four things. LGBT community, as far as transgenders, which we normally in India have these eunuchs, and there is a difference between eunuchs and those who after getting adult, then who openly and who consciously choose to become of opposite sex. There are two different things. As far as eunuchs are concerned, they are poor fellows who have been in their very childhood, who have been forcefully castrated, and they become eunuchs, and now these markets, they catch them and they become only they are used for earning bowels and even for homosexual purposes. So वो eunuchs की बात तो वो sympathy है, उसके तो खिलाफ हमें इसलिए लड़ना है कि how eunuchs are being created, nobody is fighting. आपने कभी सुना नहीं होगा, इनमें बहुत कम ऐसे होते हैं जो नेचुरल वे में जिनको प्रॉब्लम होती है, ज्यादातर आर्टिफिशियली और बड़ी इनह्यूमन कंडीशन में उनको कैस्ट्रेट कर दिया जाता है. तो वो, लेकिन जो बाकी ट्रांसजेंडर हैं उसकी कोई गुंजाइश इस्लाम में नहीं हो सकती, बिकॉज सेक्स इज समथिंग नेचुरल. उसको आप आर्टिफिशियली उसको चेंज करने में देयर आर सो मेनी इश्यूज, वन कैन नॉट बी अलाउड टू डू दिस. बाकी लेस्बियनिज्म और गेस को तो मैं आपको बता ही चुका हूं कि मेल टू मेल सेक्स इज वेरी डेंजरस, इवन फीमेल टू फीमेल सेक्स इज वेरी डेंजरस, दो अ लिटिल लेस than male to male sex, but it is also equally so very much dangerous. There are HIV diseases and gonorrhea, and recently in England it has been reported that even in lesbians, severe gonorrheal diseases of throat, it is affecting throat. It is happening because of that thing, oral. So all these things are happening. So there is no room in Islam for these artificial therapies. There should be a total ban on this, because आपको पता है कि कितना huge these surgeries have become costlier and costlier. एक सर्जरी के कई मिलियन उसमें मनी होता है, और उसकी भी तैयारी है कि इसको भी एक बिजनेस बड़ा बन सकता है. तो वो सब इसीलिए उसी तरह का माहौल तैयार किया जाता है, उस पीपल को उकसाया जाता है. उनको अगर कुछ जरा सी सो कॉल्ड किसी के अंदर थोड़ी सी इस तरह की वो देखते हैं कि वो ही इज बिहेविंग लाइक अ फीमेल और अ फीमेल इज लाइक बिहेविंग मेल, तो उसको उकसाया जाता है आजकल. इंस्टेड ऑफ taking it as a psychological problem, as a psychiatric problem, उसको promote किया जाता है. And then उसको इस तरह कहा जाता है कि this will be, you will become a big leader, big revolutionary if you will do this. This will be a revolutionary step. So there is no room at all in Islam for this. हाँ, यूनक्स में हमको उसके लिए हमको एक डिफरेंट जरा स्किल करनी है. उनके लिए हमको हमदर्द होना है और उनको ये करना है कि किसी तरीके से भी उसको नहीं होने देना है.
Jazakallahu khair, sir. Sir, could you please suggest some books for reading? One sister is asking.
There is one book of mine also, The Killer Sex, which is available on net. It discusses all these issues related to sex. And even Jamaat Islami has published a small booklet of mine. This one, homosexuality. This has they have taken excerpts from my books and my articles, and they are published in the form of a small booklet. So this published by Jamaat Islami Publications. you can ask them, and this describes mainly the homosexuality part. And you can find it on net also, maybe other books are also available.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. One question is, keeping the evil cult of capitalism prevailing heavily in our society, how to control its influence over us, where every haram acts have been become a norm or trend?
What can we do? Actually, there is no option other than organizing and starting a movement, a big movement. And for that, the first requirement is what they are doing. They are doing normalizing through campaigns. So this is also our duty. We to start intellectual campaign first. We should organize seminars. We should write as much as on these subjects. We should hold meetings. So this should become an issue. This should become a public issue, and then we should be able to give counter narrative. Unless we do not give counter narrative, we cannot succeed. We should make public understand what would be an alternative and what would it be like, why, and because, and the figures, the statistics are important. Most of the times these statistics which do not favor market forces, they are kept hidden. आपने कभी अल्कोहल के ऊपर कोई बहस फिर मीडिया में या यूएनओ में होती मुद्दत से नहीं सुनी होगी कि उससे कितना इफेक्ट होता है. आप कोई बहस इन तमाम चीजों के बारे में नहीं सुनेंगे, और आपको जो उनके मतलब की चीजें नहीं है उनके ऊपर वो दिन रात. फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस की बात हो रही थी. फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस रोड्स पे नहीं होती है. रोड्स पे कहीं नहीं, यू हैव टू स्टिक ऑन द राइट साइड. आप वहां क्यों नहीं कहते कि नहीं भाई आपकी मर्जी, आप लेफ्ट में चलिए कि राइट में चलिए. वहां आपको हेलमेट भी लगाना पड़ेगा. अगर आप हेलमेट नहीं लगाएंगे यू विल बी फाइंड इमीडिएटली. वहां आपको बेल्ट भी बांधनी पड़ेगी. यू विल बी फाइंड. वहां फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस नहीं होती. जहां उनकी आमदनी हो रही होती है वहां फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस नहीं होती, खत्म हो जाती है. तो वी हैव टू कन्विंस द पीपल. We have to show them that the biggest requirements are a healthy life. Health is the most important thing. Survival of life and healthiness of life are the two important things. जिसके जो सबसे superior रहना है, बाकी हर चीज को उससे नीचे होना है. Second thing is that we have to create equality. We cannot say कि exact सब बिल्कुल एक जैसे हो जाएंगे, but we have to minimize inequalities. उसके लिए मेरे भी बहुत सारे मॉडल्स मैंने दिए हैं. मैंने बहुत सारे इसके ऊपर वर्क किया है. that requires a separate lecture. बहुत बड़ा वो टॉपिक है. तो we have to organize campaigns. We have to first learn to how to intellectually, and we have to learn the language of how to counter it. It is not necessary that we are always using Quranic terms or Islamic terms. हम जो है प्योर जो मॉडर्न लैंग्वेज की टर्मिनोलॉजी है उनको इस्तेमाल करके उन्हीं के खिलाफ कैंपेन करें. दिस इज द रिक्वायरमेंट. जब हम अपने लोगों में बात करें तब वी कैन यूज प्योर इस्लामिक आर्गुमेंट्स और हदीस और कुरान का सहारा ले सकते हैं. बट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग टू देम, व्हेन वी आर लीडिंग पब्लिक कैंपेन, तो हम उसको दिल में रखें, उससे हम लर्न करें. लेकिन जरूरी नहीं है. जहां जरूरत हो, जहां हमको लगता है कि इससे फायदा होगा तो वहां हम उसको इस्तेमाल करें. जहां नहीं तो वहां पर हम उसको पब्लिक को, बिकॉज जब पब्लिक समझ लेगी कि अल्कोहल कितनी बुरी चीज है, गैम्बलिंग पूरी कितनी चीज है, होमोसेक्सुअलिटी कितनी बुरी चीज है, तो दे विल ऑटोमेटिकली स्टार्ट रियलाइजिंग that these are the things banned by, prohibited by Islam, और इस्लाम एक सच्चा रिलीजन है. Yes, next please.
One sister is asking, as sir said that we tend to follow Western countries in terms of liquor and drugs as sense of modernity. But these days, Gulf countries, especially Saudi Arabia, which is said to be representative of Islamic population, has also opened their gates for alcohol and many casinos.
This is the most unfortunate thing. This is the most unfortunate thing. अगर हम जाहिर है, अगर हम इस्लामिक ही इस so called Muslims stop using Islam as our system, then what will happen? This is really totally unfortunate. और हमें इसीलिए हमें अपने लोगों के खिलाफ भी, जहां गलत हो रहा है हमें उसके खिलाफ भी आवाज उठानी है. So this is the most unfortunate aspect. But what we can do except raising voice, except trying to mobilize people against it? And this is the duty of the people belonging to those countries specifically. Okay, they should rise up.
Sir, how should we deal or educate or interact in general with homosexuals when we meet them?
You have to tell them. You have to tell them. Okay, but the fact is that if you may think you are normal people, you are not normal people. It is an abnormality, and this abnormality can be treated. And if he happens to be a religious fellow, then you can use the religious argument. Even not even just Hindu, Islam, even Christianity and Judaism, they are totally against homosexuality as far as the religion are concerned. I'm not talking of the people living in West. I'm talking of the religion, Christianity and Judaism. It is so that argument can be used, and then they have to be told about the problems that are associated with this, and they have to be stimulated regarding the benefits of a normal married life, how healthy it is without the, now they are adopting children, but can an adopted son and can a natural son, they can be equal. But even if their children then start learning the same things. So we have to show them by family how important is the family life and how important is to have children. And you cannot have children through that practice. And why should you nurture others' children when you can have your own? So these are the things we can use their psychology, the way they behave, because different people can have different types of psychology. So we can use different types of arguments to convince different people. And if necessary, because we are living in India, it is not easy. But if it is necessary, then we can also give them some social kind of punishment, some boycott, they let them feel that this will make them totally isolated. But this is something I'm telling only to be used not openly. It should be, because you know what is the law these days. I would prefer that they should be convinced about these things. They should be, and if we run a huge campaign against these things, then there are better chances of individuals getting corrected. So this requires a mass movement actually.
Thank you so much, sir. How to deal? Yeah. Okay, Kanta, you can proceed.
Should we equate and blame most of these postmodernistic haram things such as homosexuality and drug addiction as Western agendas, or have they emerged through our lack of education and awareness?
No, they are not actually Western. You don't call it Western. It is Western. Plus also leftists, communists also, they are also even everywhere where religion has been sidelined, and where money has become important, where economics has become important. These things happen. And leftists do it in their animosity towards religion, because they think a religion bans it, so they will promote it. This is all a kind of jealousy kind of thing also. So this is their agenda. They will work on their agenda heavily. They will use every platform for popularizing what they want to popularize. Now it is our duty how to counter them. We have to devise proper plan to counter them. This should be done at the intellectual level, books and articles and media. Then it has to be done at the social level. It has to be done at the political level, even at the legal level. We can again and again lodge petitions again in the court, and we can present scientific facts to prove that how dangerous it is going to be in the future for the country. Because now, fortunately, this was not the case around 100 years back. Now we have so much medical science data available to us, so much statistics available to us, which can prove how dangerous all these things are.
So what about the people with Klinefelters and Turner syndrome? What does Islam say about such people?
What about?
Klinefelter syndrome and Turner syndrome.
No, they should be. They should be medically treated. They should be medically treated. In Islam, if there is any problem which is for medical reason, so Islam becomes definitely much more concerned towards it, much more soft towards it.
Thank you so much, sir. Um, no question. How to explain kids about homosexuality? Please give some advice to parents.
There should be a proper age, not before that age. I would not like a 13-year or 14-year boy to be explained it here. In indirect way, in indirect way, they can be explained. And the most important thing is to keep an eye on them, not to let them go alone for to remain alone for too much of time, to see if their company is okay. So all these things are necessary, though it can be very difficult to make sure that nobody is affected. But if we are careful, we are watchful, then we can certainly minimize the problem. And ultimately, when the children starts a little bit getting adult, then not necessarily a parent should make them understand. We can use certain of the other people to make them understand, who can talk to them more frankly.
So how much capitalism is contributing to all these false freedom notion of West to Muslim world?
The capitalism is the major reason. It is the major reason. And as far as the Muslim world now, because till 30-40 years back, even many Muslim countries were under the rule of leftist forces. Libya was, Tunisia, all these countries, many countries, Syria, Iraq, they had leftist inclination. Even in this particular aspect, even leftists are equally bad. But in a capitalist, as far as these issues are concerned, leftism and capitalism is equally bad. But capitalism has other issues also, which are more related to pure economics type, money distribution, etc. They have much bigger problems at that front also. So both have to be confronted, because leftists too are leftist. For example, in India, they may be closer to Muslims. They may try to be closer to Muslims as community, but they are very much deadly against Islamic concept of this haram and halal. So we have to be very careful regarding them. We have to use them in our own way, not to get used by them.
Next question is, sir, how to deal with the one involved in drug addiction and bring him or her out of it? The similar question is, including those who indulge in eating or taking tobacco also, as this is common. So how to treat them?
The first thing, of course, is always that is creating awareness, making him aware about everything. And now certain amount of, in the case of children, certain amount of over consciousness, even force, has to be also be used. We have to try to, of course, these drug rehabilitation centers can be used, but most of the time they fail. They succeed only in 5 to 6% cases. So we can use a certain amount of punishment also for children, because the habit is very bad. It has to be through every way. If we have to stop money to give them, and we should also approach from where he takes. We have to keep an eye on the shop from where they take, and we can go and warn them. So we can use multiple tactics, whatever is suitable for because this is an individual to individual case. We cannot generalize.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So one last question. The people called as Mukhannis in Ahadith, what are their rights in Islam? Nikah is halal way to satiate the sexual desires in Islam. Is nikah haram for them? What are the other rights like of inheritance of them?
Please explain it in English. What I use it? You're saying of these hijras, no? Eunuchs.
Yes, I think so. I think so.
मतलब as I have told you that they are mostly man-made people. They are mostly they undergo different kinds of surgeries, forced surgeries in their children, and therefore so we have to stop them. And nikah with them can have, because they do not have that kind of desire. So nikah we can with them. I don't think that it can be of any use. So if it is not of any use, it cannot be permissible. But as far as inheritance are concerned, if they are the children of somebody, then of course they should get their inheritance. So because these are originally these are males who have been castrated. So they should be given inheritance, and ultimately because they will not have any children on them themselves. So they will after their death it will again go to their brothers, their nephews, or other people in the family.
Okay. Jazakallah khair, sir. That's